Ao Ciência 2016 acaba de chegar uma comitiva muito especial liderada por Firoz Rasul, o Presidente da Universidade Aga, que veio a Portugal assinar um protocolo e reunir com os cientistas no âmbito do Fórum de Desenvolvimento de Educação e Desenvolvimento do Fórum Aga, que vai disponibilizar 10 milhões de euros para a investigação científica em Portugal e nos Palopes. O representante deste fórum é Firoz Rasul. Hello, Mr. Firoz Rasul. Thank you for being here in our video spot, Ciência 2016. Can you tell me, please, what kind of questions and what kind of actions are going to be done with the investment that Aga University are going to do in Portugal and Portugal countries, language countries, please. Palop.
So thank you for the opportunity. The government of Portugal and His Highness the Aga Khan signed an agreement, a component of which was to do with research. And research to create new knowledge. To create new knowledge not only for economic growth and economic upliftment for Portugal and Portuguese-speaking countries, but also to look at problems that the world faces. And this new knowledge can be developed in Portugal or outside Portugal. And this could relate to problems like food security, like energy, like early childhood development, which we know is very important in the world today to give a child an opportunity to be successful. It relates to urbanization, because more and more people are moving out of the rural areas and villages to cities, both in Europe but also in Africa and Asia. And this is creating its own challenges. And trying to understand all of these challenges and how do you create, also in the face of medical science and other sciences, new diseases like cancer and heart disease and diabetes. All of these are not just unique to one part of the world, they affect the whole world. So His Highness the Aga Khan was very keen to work with the government of Portugal to create projects which universities in Portugal, other institutions in Portugal, but also outside Portugal, working with the Aga Khan Development Network, can start to address these questions. There are questions that are faced by the world today of what is the jobs of the future, how do you solve the problem of food security and shortage, what about climate change, what about water shortages that are beginning to emerge in many parts of the world. Maybe they might even one day create wars. What about issues of children and their education, and how do you change the education in the face of new technology and new social changes? So those are the types of questions we hope we can address.
You have this network, Aga network, has experience in other countries. Can you tell us about that? What kind of results do you have to manage, and that can be a consequence here in Portugal and Portuguese language countries?
So the Aga Khan Development Network works in over 30 countries. We have over 80,000 people who work for the network. And we are in education, we run schools, we run universities, we are in health, we run 13 hospitals, and we cover more than 500 clinics in the rural areas in Africa and Asia. We are involved in cultural institutions like architecture and landscaping and gardens. We are involved in areas of economic development, which help countries develop, whether it's in financial services or manufacturing or infrastructure or agriculture. I mean, all of these areas create economic and social development for countries. So we have a lot of experience in doing this in over 30 countries, as I mentioned. And the results that we have seen is if you empower people, if you give them the tools, if you give them the knowledge, if you give them the skills, they will change their own lives. And that's what we are trying to do, is help them learn new knowledge, answer questions that help them solve a problem, and through that, that is the only long-term way, long-term sustainable way that you will allow societies to take control of their own lives.
So, Mr. President, if in Portugal, what will be the next step in this agreement?
So the next steps in this agreement is we are working with the Portuguese Science Foundation and the Ministry of Science and Technology to invite proposals from Portuguese universities and Portuguese institutions to submit proposals for research. It could be in partnership with an institution in Portuguese-speaking Africa, maybe in Mozambique, and for us to then work with that institution, together with a Portuguese institution, together with an institution from the Aga Khan Development Network, to together come up with solutions to these types of questions. So, for example, early childhood development is a big question. We already have a project with the Catholic University here in Lisbon. And can we expand that project to teach parents about how do you make sure that your child, from the time they are born to the time they're 6 years old, have the right nurturing, the right nutrition, the right development, the right parenting, the right emotional support, to give that child the best chance after the age of 6 to be able to do that. We're also working in Portugal. The other project is urban support, urban development. We have a lot of migrants coming into Portugal, and how do you integrate those migrants, particularly in urban areas? How do you support the urban poor? How do you create opportunities for them and their children so that they can successfully integrate it into Portuguese society? I mean, these are two examples of the type of questions that we will be looking at.
So, here in this meeting, Ciência 2016, what do you expect from this meeting? Why did you decide to come here after your forum that occurs today?
We wanted to meet Portuguese scientists. We wanted to meet Portuguese researchers. We wanted to meet Portuguese universities. And this is an opportunity for us to, it's a very good opportunity. Everybody's together. So it's a good opportunity for us to meet everybody in one place. So we have a number of meetings to be able to learn more about what is available in Portugal, what is the knowledge base, and how we can then pursue projects together with them.
Thank you, Firoz Rasul, o presidente da Universidade de Aga, que acaba de assinar um acordo com o governo português no valor de 10 milhões de euros para investir em investigação e ciência, quer em Portugal, quer nos países de língua oficial portuguesa, no desenvolvimento em áreas como nutrição infantil, segurança alimentar, a integração de imigrantes nas redes urbanas e de todos os problemas que requerem investigação e desenvolvimento. Thank you, Firoz Rasul, and we wish you a prosperous Science 2016.
Thank you very much. Thank you.